Hey guys, it's Brian. Just doing a quick wrap up. Since I did a morning review, I figured I'd do a wrap up today. I don't know which has more benefit to you, the beginning of the day stuff or the end of the day stuff, or maybe none of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking to the wind. Anyway, here's my screen. So what did we do today? Talked about some key levels in the morning class. In my morning video, I talked about just being patient, watching for key areas. Of course, we were out here in no man's land for the ES when the day started. We talked a little bit about 3100 being a key level just because it's a big whole number, but I prefer to see things down here 3095-ish. Same with gold. We talked about the level down here 3066, 1466, 1465. I posted the gold trade that I had on in there. Price pushed down. We got to this 1465 area. Was able to take a trade, and we saw it pull back, push back up here. I trailed it on an M5, so I was in here 1465 when it just struggled around here. When it pushed down, came back up. I was in here, trailed on an M5, so I was able to take my stop, move my stop pretty quickly, ratchet off risk and lock in profit, and then ultimately I got stopped out right here when this pulled back. So is what it is. Looks like it had another opportunity over here to potentially enter again, but I obviously wasn't in that trade. Same thing over here on the ES. Up here, looking at key levels, 3095, price pushed down, 3095 gave an opportunity to get in right at that level with almost no risk. Of course, you're going to have a stop loss on. I would recommend it. Well, I can't make recommendations. I'm not a licensed investment advisor. I would say, if it were me, which it is, you always want to put a stop on with your trade, and at least a couple of points for me away from where you enter. Anyway, came down, touched that level, pushed back, trailing on an M5, able to pull off some of that risk here pretty quickly, and then lock in some profit. So ultimately for the day, we ended up on a positive note. That's always a good thing. Over on the Forex side of things, I mentioned this trade. I was looking at a short on this. It never got to it, so we closed that trade earlier. Never took another one. There that is. From a cryptocurrency standpoint, had my eye on ETH. I mentioned it had fallen off a cliff earlier. It's still falling, so no opportunity yet to get in. I certainly don't want to step in front of that bus. I do, and again, we talked about personal biases earlier. I'm human. I have personal biases. You have personal biases. Everything else. Obviously, we can't let them play too much into our trading because, again, if we let that bias rule what we're doing, we're always going to find a trade that supports it, as opposed to finding a trade that just fits the plan. So, gotta look at the tradable opportunities. Design your plan first, and then look at opportunities versus the plan. Today's Thursday. I have some things to work on. I've got to get some more of the mindset video summaries out to you guys. It's a great course that Todd put on. We're still working through it. It's a 60-day course. We're about 30 some odd days in right now. So I have a lot of catching up to do with getting video summaries out to you on that course. So I'll be doing that. But next week, I think I'll do, I know we're traveling, so I'm not going to be trading next week. It'll be an opportunity for me to catch up on some of the other things that I like doing, which is just learning about other ways to make money online. I have a YouTube channel that I've never done anything with as far as SEO or as far as getting the right keywords in there to get viewers to it. So I'm going to take next week while we're out on vacation to utilize some of my downtime there to start building out that YouTube channel, and I'll share with you what I'm doing. I've got a friend that that's his main business, is he builds YouTube channels and monetizes them, and I'm gonna go through a course that he put on. He's given me access to it, and honestly, I haven't looked at it since he did. I really haven't had a chance with the other things going on in my life as far as the complete currency trader madness and just trying to get through some other things. I haven't done much with that course. So I'm going to go through that, and I'll share with you what I'm learning as I go through the YouTube course over the course of next week. But I will do a thing on creating your trading plan, because I feel like that's really, 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 really important. And I don't think a lot of people know where to start. I know everyone knows they need a trading plan, and they hear all the time they need to have a plan and stick to a plan. And I think what most people do is they just take someone else's plan and try to fit themselves into it. And it doesn't really work that well. If you don't buy into what you're doing, your subconscious is always going to be fighting against you. And also understanding some of the triggers around what we do and why we do them. I mean, I've talked about it before for those of you that have been with me in other courses. I've talked about it before. My big thing is overtrading. I have a huge tendency to overtrade because I have this fear of missing out. I see a big move and maybe it wasn't at my levels, but it makes you want to be part of it. So we have to set up things and set up processes to help us combat that. I mean, it's important to recognize what the triggers are. If you don't know what triggers you into taking an action, then you'll never be able to create a plan around it. So we'll talk a little bit about that next week and work through how to actually create your trading plan so that you can create a nice simple plan that you can stick with and follow. And no matter what market you're in, the trading plan's a trading plan, and it works as long as, again, you've got some mathematical advantage. It'll work in every market. It doesn't have to be complicated. So anyway, that's it for now. I just wanted to wrap up today. So again, nothing here in crypto, nothing here in Forex, and then we did have trades on gold, and I had a trade on gold, and I had a trade on the ES, and we can see where those ended up. So nice little risk reward versus the risk. And we'll keep doing this from time to time. Obviously, I do want to get to focusing on some other things for you for making money from your laptop. But again, trading is kind of my main wheelhouse, and I feel like it's a great way to add additional income if you've got some disposable cash that you can set aside as true risk capital. So anyway, that's it for now. Have a great day. Talk to you later.